So the first question that we have that Vajnavi would like to ask you today is, who is God?
God is an infinite, everlasting energy that we feel within and without. There's no form, everlasting and ever changing. God is everything and in every being we witness is the wave and the ocean.
So God is within ourselves and is outside of ourselves at the same time.
Yes,
Thank you, higher self. How to channel other divine dimensional being?
light is the only answer.
What do you mean?
While while we channel
Mm-hmm.
light,
Mm-hmm.
the 21, 22, okay,
Mm-hmm.
22 rays of God.
Mm-hmm.
When we channel the God force, God's power, and we overflow with that divine essence and we spread that to the dimensions we know
Mm-hmm.
and we don't. All we do is channel and overflow with that light.
So that light is the way, receiving the light and shining the light is the way to channel. Is that what you mean?
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
So,
Anything
mm-hmm.
we see can be infused with the light energy
Mm-hmm.
by visualizing and putting an intent to that.
Yes.
So we start channeling and receiving their messages telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
Light has intelligence. Light has its own unique way of emanating its power on.
And what allows some humans to channel and some humans not to be able to channel?
Everybody can channel.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that they're not listening.
Yes.
We expect an answer in a very vocal way. Most of the times are not vocal but visions we see. We
Mm-hmm.
need to do decode,
Mm-hmm.
we need to understand, and once we start acknowledging, we we understand, we get more and more used to it, and it becomes easier to understand the vision, which is profound. So the message here is that acknowledging the visions, the peripheral views, what we view every single day, the light orbs in the corner of our eyes which moves around, is trying to deliver a message.
Yes.
We need to focus more on that.
What is the difference when people receive light language?
Light language can be with numbers,
Mm-hmm.
can be with a heart song, the heart's tune, which resonates directly into an understanding with your heart's intellect and your soul's intellect merged, an amalgamation of both with codes, numbers, feeling, most importantly,
Mm-hmm.
that you feel in your heart center. There is a non earthly explanation which happens between the intellect and the heart space. There's only allowance of this light which happens through the heart space.
So a message in light language is purer than a message translated in words?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Every time we try to put them in words, it's very, very little that can we share with share with our earthly language. Most importantly, there is a vast understanding in your heart chakra that makes you spread your divine essence to a very little bit of words, the earthly language we use. It's mostly the intention spread across all the energy fields that we possess, and through signs, through numbers, through your visions and imagination, you are spreading it to the world, which is most important at this point of time. Light is all the way leading all of us to this ascension process, and it will ever guide us for eternity.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are light, we ourselves are light codes
Yeah.
encoded,
Mm-hmm.
engraved onto this body. Light is all we remain till the end. Illumination is put onto a little bit of words, which are very little. Light language mostly is otherworldly expression of love and
Mm-hmm.
light, using this body as an instrument, like a channel, to be expressive onto the divine, immaculate message.
And how does the healing through light language operates?
By upgrading the DNA, by feeding our generational code when decoded,
Mm-hmm.
every atom, every subatomic level, every cell, every fiber, which dates back to the divine DNA that each one of us possess.
Mm-hmm.
When unleashed, we only remain with that one source DNA
Mm-hmm.
that was used to prolong this life force onto this earth.
What is life? Is another question that Vajnavi had.
Life is an expression of
Mm-hmm.
divine, the divine expression, one life in many forms, experiencing itself very beautifully with each experience, each encounter,
Mm-hmm.
each understanding which the life has carried for many life forms uh, in many, many vehicles that has been using the body, the vessel, for many lifetimes, making it so useful. Life is just a beautiful expression.
Mm-hmm.
Every life has its own purpose, its own understanding of existence in the moment,
Mm-hmm.
to experience more, to
Mm-hmm.
accumulate the
Mm-hmm.
life's experience, and to experience forward in another life form. All we need to do is appreciate, celebrate.
Thank you for this clarification, higher self. Why should we be vegan?
Hmm. Every life form has taken its form to be fully potent and serve its potential. When when we eat dead things, we make our stomach a graveyard,
Mm-hmm.
which is not good. Our
Mm-hmm.
stomach is the powerhouse
Mm-hmm.
where all the divine things manifest for us. When we put dead things, we become dead energy. We emit dead energy and therefore attract more of that. And all the positivity and thinking is seized
Mm-hmm.
by the dead energy.
Yes.
Therefore, eat fresh fruits, vegetables. Sometimes raw vegetables is most good for the ascension process because the raw foods contain so much of life in it
Mm-hmm.
even after being plucked. Therefore, builds in more energy and it's good
Yes.
for us.
Yes. And what about bread? What about grains?
The bread,
Bread and rice. How is it for the body?
bread is not that good for your health,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what grain is extracted,
Yes.
how it's processed. It doesn't serve or release nourishment to the body.
Yes.
It actually seizes all the vitamins and minerals and the nutrients, the potentials which are extracted from all other stuff
Mm-hmm.
onto the body is nullified by a bread because it's not a nourishment in the first place.
Uh-huh.
It absorbs all the other potential proteins, vitamins, and minerals which we have accumulated
Uh-huh.
is being seized by the bread.
Yeah.
Therefore, to eat more of fresh fruits, vegetables, lots of water, freshly squeezed
Mm-hmm.
juice
Mm-hmm.
without any processed sugar
Mm-hmm.
is very good for your health.
Mm-hmm.
And when we keep our body light, our mind and body soul levitates to
Mm.
another height of
Oh,
dimension.
okay. And is the same thing for bread? Is the same thing for rice?
Yes,
Rice?
rice is completely useless.
Mm-hmm.
Rice is just a habit
Mm-hmm.
of people eating because it's been there for ages that they are growing rice, they're trading it,
Yes.
but it's not good for your health since it has a lot of carbohydrates. But a little bit of it is okay. But rice has no meaning, it
Mm-hmm.
has no purpose. It eats up a person's life force. More of
Okay.
carbohydrates eats up person's life force,
In the vegan diet,
just like alcohol.
okay. The alcohol is also taking your life force away.
Yes.
All right. And one thing, when people make smoothies and they do a vegan diet, they also use nut milks like almond milk, coconut milk, all types of nut milks. Are those nut milks okay with putting with the fruits in the juicing?
It's definitely good
Mm-hmm.
because you're at least not having any pus. Pus, when I say pus, when we consume the normal milk,
Yes.
it has a lot of bacteria and pus which
Uh-huh.
the cow expels, all
Uh-huh.
of that. So, which is meant for its calf,
Yes.
but we greedy humans, we consume all of that.
Mm-hmm.
In return, the thoughts of the cow and the pain is gone into our body,
Okay.
therefore not
Uh-huh.
serving a purpose.
I
It
see.
is a form of sales what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And almond milk is definitely a beautiful nourishment, but when you see the mean, mediocre people who have made it a business by the extraction process and selling it,
Mm-hmm.
it's become a very, very expensive business.
Yes.
But in general, if you can have it, then it's really good for you. And
Mm-hmm.
for all the people who cannot afford the almond milk,
Mm-hmm.
there are other ways to just mix it, grind it,
Yeah.
consume it in other forms. It's very good to have tea without milk, to use the cow's milk less because it's not just the cow milk, even the goat's milk,
Mm.
buffalo milk,
Yes.
all of this is only going to give the characteristics what each animal possesses. We are
Mm-hmm.
putting on to our energy field, our powerhouse that surpasses the solar plexus. Therefore, the spinning of that chakra
Mm-hmm.
becomes less with all this.
Okay. So the more somebody has dairy product, the worse their solar plexus chakra is working.
Yes,
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Thank you so much for this input. And so is not a problem all the sugars that would be in a fruit juice when it's fresh?
it's definitely a problem having a sugar. Replace it
Mm-hmm.
with jaggery or honey. Honey will never be spoiled if kept in a right way and extracted.
Yeah.
You can use it for hundreds of years and thousands of years. All our ancestors have been using the honey
Mm-hmm.
as a very, very important source. It nourishes our soul, nourishes our mind,
Mm-hmm.
nourishes our nervous system,
Yes.
and purifies our blood.
But I was meaning the
It's
sugar
good to
in the
know.
fruits because when you juice oranges, there is a lot of sugar. Is that sugar okay for the body?
That sugar is a good sugar expelled from a fruit.
Uh-huh.
So that is just a sweetness.
Yes.
So that is not the sugar which we consider on this earth plane to
Mm,
be a bad sugar.
okay. So it's okay for a child
Anything,
to drink that.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, it's better to consume the fruit
Mm-hmm.
rather than making it a juice.
Yes.
To consume the whole fruit
Mm-hmm.
nourishes 100% extra than making it a juice and
Mm-hmm.
consuming it.
And when you put a full orange or a full lemon into a blender, or any type of fruit, you put it in a blender, and that makes like a thicker drink, is that healthy?
Anything light, anything watery
Mm-hmm.
surpasses all your system well,
Yes.
and it is easy and it is very easy for you to process
Mm-hmm.
more of what you've consumed in a thinner way
Mm-hmm.
rather than making it a thick way to
Mm-hmm.
consume it.
Uh-huh. Very good. And the sugar should be the sweetener should be honey, and and can it be also maple syrup?
Sure,
Yeah.
it can definitely be. It depends from region to
Mm-hmm.
region
Yes.
as to what people can consume.
Yeah.
Every region
Mm-hmm.
has its own God's left sweeteners
Mm-hmm.
which we use.
Yes.
So anything with sweetens. So it
Yeah.
could be honey, maple, jaggery,
Uh-huh.
anything natural
Anything that is a
and not
natural extract.
processed.
Okay. Thank you so much for this information. It's very important for our children who are suffering from being overweight easily.
Yes,
Hmm.
absolutely.
Yeah. It's very
The
difficult.
gaining
Mm-hmm.
weight because of multiple issues.
Yes.
It's not just the eating, it
Yes.
is the thoughts they're feeding
Mm-hmm.
onto the body,
Mm-hmm.
which is playing a major role.
Yes.
Weight gain is due to the unprocessed biased thoughts they're putting onto their stomach with a core belief system, which is having an imbalance in the body,
Mm-hmm.
making them obese and
Yes.
making them put on to that negative thoughts which they're mostly eating
Mm-hmm. So
while
it's
eating,
yeah.
while drinking.
So it's their negative thoughts that makes them gain weight. Is that what you tell?
Yes,
Yes.
an
Okay.
imbalanced thought
Hmm.
flow.
So
When you
I
have an imbalanced thought flow,
maybe we can send love and guidance to all the children that suffer from overweight in this world at this moment,
yes,
sending him
yes,
love and erasing, releasing all these negative thoughts that don't serve them anymore and that they feed their body by error, removing those thoughts.
and replacing them with optimal health, peace, self love, self care,
Yes. Self love.
infinite bliss,
Mm-hmm.
and the power to process that which is not serving them anymore,
Mm-hmm.
replacing that every ounce, every bit of their essence
Mm-hmm.
filled with the divine nectar,
Mm-hmm.
sending them a lot of love, infinite, divine, immaculate love,
Thank you so much
peace,
for that.
understanding.
Thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for that, higher self. This will be shared. Now, we have another question for you. What should people with suicidal thoughts know?
They should know that they're trying to leave the body. The body is not trying to leave them.
Mm-hmm.
If they leave this body, they have to wait for eons till they get the permission granted to live this precious human form, which is very rare, which is a biggest of blessing. They need more love, understanding, support, and all this emerges from your own self.
Mm-hmm.
And why wait on people giving them any kind of understanding or empathy, sympathy, or whatever forms that might help them, which in return is definitely not helping them. They need more of open understanding. They need to brace their vulnerability, their core darkness that pours out, oozes out from one's body time to time,
Mm-hmm.
making them have these thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I wish and pray in this moment that we only emit unconditional love, light, divine essence onto each entity trying to lose itself on this body form, be filled, be transmuted to their highest potential before they leave this vessel. It is a very wrong thing to leave this body and go, because everything now what we see is asked by us, by our souls, exactly the way it is,
Mm-hmm.
and to leave it will not serve the purpose.
Thank you so much for this insight. So, what is depression?
Depression is nothing but a mask, an avatar. We're trying to play, we're trying to trade a role
Mm-hmm.
on this earth plane, and when we are totally tired of trading that role for any form of appreciation or love,
Mm-hmm.
we trading that. Depression is when it just outburst of the wrong role play that
Mm-hmm.
we play on this earth plane, and when we are not happy to see what we want to see, but yet we trade roles, we play roles, and when a being is fed up of all of this,
Mm-hmm.
depression is what we see.
Is that a way for people to put themselves at rest and resign from any responsibility?
No,
No.
that's just an excuse
Mm-hmm.
to get rid to the 0 point. Zero is alpha and omega.
Mm-hmm.
When we want to get into that zero keyhole, 0 point, the vortex
Mm-hmm.
in this matrix, we need to chill in our vortex.
Mm-hmm.
Anything beyond this is just a imagination. It's just some kind of a vision without any words,
Mm-hmm.
which goes on repeating in our mind. We hear voices, and when we try to trade another part or another role to this, we fail utterly. And that utter loss of not being able or capable of being of fullest of potential, it's just a phase of time where you become numb. You have different versions of you all at once in the mind,
Mm-hmm.
giving it a word, or I don't know, we can call anything we want at once. Say, name it depression, anxiety, and many words that we put across. It's just that it's just one life seeing different feelings or feeling the different emotions at once
So,
overflows.
okay, thank you for this explanation, higher self. What one becomes after getting rid of depression?
They get onto their fullest of potential. They
Mm-hmm.
become divinely. They guided, always guided. Once you see the darkness, you only see the light and appreciate it. You
Mm-hmm.
appreciate all along. And that's why one goes through depression, sees the darkness, so that they be guided towards the light.
Mm.
Light is the answer.
So that's you somehow you need to experience the darkness to see the light in that depression before and after.
Yes,
Thank you so
yes.
much for this insight.
Thank you.
What is the message to the world from other worldly beings?
To be happy, respect, know your worth, stop discounting on others. When we know our worth, we don't discount on other beings. Every being, everything is important. We all are connected. We hurt others, we are hurt. We are hurting within. That's why we hurt others. When we love others, we are loving and overflowing with that love. The
Mm-hmm.
message is be love, be light, be unique, in emanation, the radiation.
Mm-hmm.
Radiate love, radiate divine light. That's the beautiful message.
Yeah.
What we are channeling right now, this moment, is to be the light and wish well for each and every being on this planet
Mm-hmm.
because we are all connected to each other. We are just one life in
Mm-hmm.
many forms.
Yes. One source, all is one.
Yes,
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Now we would like to ask some question about the ascension process.
hmm?
Where are we at with the ascension? What is coming? What is to be expected in the next few weeks?
The 55 steps to ascension.
And how far are we?
More than how far we are one with the source.
Hmm.
In this moment, we are here to ascend and
Yes.
help others to do the same. So, a new world is formed here.
Hmm.
We are no different from the divine source. We are absolutely powerful. Just needed to acknowledge. We need to go within, work on all the chakras, make it activated completely, right from the root, sacral, Manipura, Anhata, Vishuddhi, Agna, Sahasrara. For
Hmm.
all of it to be spinning at once, the same speed, so that all the chakras are interconnected and balanced. These steps are nothing but the within chakras when they're lit. The ascension process happens from within. There's nowhere to go, no one to see. Everything we seek is seeking us within.
So when will Vajnavi go through the shift?
Already in the process,
Hmm.
day by day,
Yes.
guides, messengers popping up in dreams,
Hmm.
seeing things, hearing through messages,
Hmm.
through tones, voices in my head are guiding me through. Separation is an illusion.
Hmm.
When we say we go to another dimension, we as an energy everywhere, as one, we ascend together. Separation is an illusion.
Hmm.
It's just we, some people go early, some people just follow their lane,
Hmm.
follow the soul's path, but we sure are in the same. oneness that we're going to merge as the collective, we together merge as one.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, together is the yin and yang energy together. You
Mm.
have to practice more of Tantra, the
Mm-hmm.
techniques to exchange your energies, the sacred energy exchange, which happens when you make love, or maybe where it doesn't matter, it's just not the body. Body is an instrument, but when you release that energy, when you make love, you have to have an intent together to manifest on a faster mode or a faster pace for it to be manifested in reality. When we release that energy, that is the ultimate divine energy, the creation energy, where you have the power to create anything you want
Mm-hmm.
and visualize anything you want,
Mm-hmm.
which is of the highest good for oneself and the world.
Does practicing Tantrism requires knowledge or preparation, or it's something that is more innate than we believe?
It's an understanding. Most people fail to understand what sex is all about.
Mm-hmm.
Sex is not lust. Lust is a different aspect of course, humanity, but sex is a sacred exchange of energy. It's a very, very divine thing. It's definitely not bodily. There are certain points in our body which needs to be activated and appreciated, and it's very important to be acknowledged. For example, the back of your earlobe, your
Mm-hmm.
nasal nostrils, when kissed, when appreciated, gets activated, just like a kiss on the back of your earlobe. In
Okay.
between your fingers, a kiss, a, a beautiful unconditional kiss in between the gaps. Their essence, the chakras get activated. The
Mm-hmm.
calf muscle, just a line which draws between the kneecap, the inner thighs,
Mm-hmm.
just above the knees, back of your spine when massaged on an upper way where the energy ascends on the upper motion, and on the sides of your hip where there are special chakras which resonate with the glands, which resonates in turn. No amount of bodily
Mm-hmm.
exchange, what people think, is equal to the thoughts what you emit while you see your divine other half or the other whole. Together, there is only wholeness, and you don't need any extra knowledge for this. You need an understanding of your own body. All the places ignored should be acknowledged, should be
Mm.
appreciated, because it's just a it's just a way to understand your own power, which is coiled up down there to be
Mm.
released.
Thank you. It's beautiful knowledge to share. Thank you so much for this.
And this is a message for all of us to write and thank our higher self every single day, because our higher self is the divine force which acts upon
Mm-hmm.
and showers with all the beautiful manifestations. Lots of love, infinite
Mm-hmm.
guidance, abundance of beautiful, beautiful divine manifestations to the world, to
Mm-hmm.
each and every being present on this earth plane, and unknown entities, beautiful entities outside. spreading this light from
Yes.
this world to another world and all the worlds. And so it is,
Mm-hmm.
with love and purity.
Thank you. Thank you for them. Thank you for us. So now, do you have a last message for for Vaishnavi and Sophie as we about to depart?
Yes, to spread more knowledge, to help people
Mm-hmm.
see their fullest of potential,
Mm-hmm.
to invoke the healer in each one of them, as we've been invoked to be our own healers, to
Yes.
invoke and guide each and every being destined to cross our paths, to guide them to light and their inner light and inner guidance and inner healing, to get in touch with their own higher selves and help as much as we can.
Does that mean that we should publish publicly this session?
Yes, help them
Mm-hmm.
as we've learned different methods
Mm.
from different timelines.
Yes.
We are here to spread that information.
Mm-hmm.
Life is not about accumulation,
Mm-hmm.
it's about circulation. So, circulation of all the information gathered, knowledge has to be shared
Yeah.
to the world,
In its entirety or just some parts?
to the society and to the world,
Mm-hmm.
because we are being guided in a very big way. Rest, everything is assured that everything will go according to divine will.
Thank you. Thank you very, very much for this. So we will share what has been shared with us today, all the knowledge imparted to us today, publicly, um, as suggested. And we thank you.
Yes,
We thank everybody that participated in this session today. We thank Vaishnavi's higher self. We thank my higher self and our cosmic and soul families. We thank our spirit guides and angels, everybody that has been helping spread the love and light and knowledge in this message today.
thank you. Thank you. I'm very grateful for this guidance to all the masters, guides, our own higher selves, our divine source,
Mm-hmm.
our ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sophie, for your guidance, for crossing path, for showing up on this earth plane with me right now, guiding me through, helping me. I wish you abundance of love, light, and everything you want to manifest positive, and so it is. Thank you. Thank
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me and my spirit team to guide you in this process. And now we can ask all spiritual divine entities to retreat as we say goodbye for now and thanking them very much for their assistance today.